Good day, everyone. So allow me to share my screen to discuss the continuation on of the topic Newton's laws of motion. And I believe we are done with the first law of motion, so we will proceed to the second law of motion. Allow me to share my screen. Okay, and I believe that is already visible sa end ninyo. Okay, so let's proceed to the second law of second law of motion. Okay. Now, I hope that you really had a comprehension on the first law of motion because that one is very important for us really to understand the rest of the laws of motion of Newton. Okay. Now, acceleration, according to the formula, acceleration is equal to force divided by its mass. No, if we're going to look at there is actually a relationship. No, what I mean relationships. No, among the different variables sa ating formula. Okay. Now, acceleration here. Okay, if we're going to look at the acceleration is directly proportional to force. Okay, meron silang direct proportionality relationship wherein if you increase force, you also increase the acceleration of the object. Now, for the mass naman, between the relationship sa mass and then acceleration, your if there is a greater mass or more mass of the object, the lesser its acceleration. Okay, so that is our formula. Now, acceleration or a change in velocity, please take note that before we can say that there is an acceleration, there must be first change in velocity. Okay, so a change in velocity, the result of that is acceleration. So produced by a force acting on an object is directly proportional. Please take note that's directly proportional to the magnitude of the force. No, so the greater the force of the greater the force, the greater the acceleration. Okay, anyway, meron tayong pa-example no later para mas maklaro sa atin itong formula natin. Now, acceleration of an object is inversely to the mass of the object. So the greater the mass of an object, the smaller the acceleration. So ito yung nakalagay sa ating formula kung titingnan natin, okay? So direct proportionality ang ating force at saka acceleration, and then inverse proportionality yung mass and then acceleration natin. Let's proceed. Now, accordingly, meron tayong formula that is A is equal to F over M. So this is, again, this is based on the upper portion ng ating screen, no? That is A is equal to F over M. Or we can just have F is equal to MA, no? So, meaning to say, force, for you to identify force, all you have to do is multiply the value of your mass of the object and then the acceleration of the object. Okay? And I believe pwede siguro natin gamitin itong ano natin, yung pa-triangle na naman natin. Okay? So we have acceleration here, the value of your mass, and then of course your force, no? Sa taas. Okay? Sa taas yung F. Now, kung ang hinahanap natin ay acceleration, so meaning to say, ang matitira natin ay ang F at saka M. So that's F divided by M, no? Kung hinahanap naman natin ay itong F, no? Ito naman yung hinahanap natin. Therefore, we have to multiply acceleration and then the mass. Okay? So gamitin pa rin natin yung triangle natin para mas maging, hindi natin makalimutan, no? If ever man merong manipulation of the formula, which is acceleration is equal to F over M. Okay. Anyway, again, acceleration is equal to F over M, or force is equal to mass times acceleration. Okay. So Newton's second law of motion pertains to the behavior of objects for which all existing forces are not balanced. Okay. Please take note na ang sabi diyan ay not balanced. No? And I think it's understandable naman because for you to say that there is acceleration, okay, there must be what do you call that? A change in velocity. Now, if there is a change in velocity, therefore, it is expected that there's no balances in every forces or in every force. Okay, so Newton's second law of motion pertains to the behavior of objects for which all existing forces are not balanced. The second law states that acceleration of an object is dependent upon the two variables. No? So meron diyang nilagay, which is actually kitang-kita naman sa ating formula, the net force acting upon the object and of course the mass of the object. Okay? So again, yung second law natin, which is the law of acceleration, is independent or dependent to the two variables. No? Which is again, makikita, I think klarong-klaro naman sa ating formula, okay, which is A is equal to F over M. No? So a net force, meaning to say kailangan ng net force acting upon the object, and then of course, yung mass of the object. Okay? Okay, that's it. No? So forces are unbalanced. So if forces are unbalanced, therefore there is an acceleration. So the acceleration depends directly upon the net force, and then the second variable is actually depends on the object's mass, which is actually inversely proportional. No? Kung makikita natin, again, tingnan natin ulit yung ating formula. Okay. Yan siya. Anyway. Okay. So Newton's second law of motion can be formally stated as follows. Now, the acceleration of an object as produced by a net force is directly proportional to the magnitude of the force. Let's write once more the formula. Acceleration. Okay. So the acceleration of an object as produced by a net force is directly proportional to the magnitude of the net force. Okay. Directly proportional in the same direction as the net force, and of course, an inversely proportional to the mass of the object. So kaya meron tayong again formula na A is equal to F over M. Okay. So again, this this formula is based on the law of acceleration or the second law of motion. Okay. And of course the other one. Okay. Now, para mas maintindihan yung formula natin, again, the second law of motion sa ating acceleration na concept, meron tayong tinatawag na two variables that affects your acceleration. So these are force and of course the mass of the object. Now, please take note. Let's try to look at the first one. Okay. Itong first picture nasa taas. So parang ito yung normal na scenario wherein meron tayong force, existing force applied sa object natin, which is ang object natin dito yung cart na may box. And then of course, hinila natin, no? Nilagyan natin ng force, okay? Gipull natin siya, of course, nag-move ang object. That's also the reason meron tayong acceleration dito. So there are three variables, no? Yung force, the mass of the object, and of course the result would be an acceleration, okay, of the object. Now the second, that's the original situation. We call that as the original situation, wherein A is equal to F over M. Now ang second picture naman, okay, so if we double the force, we double the acceleration. Okay, now please take note that according to our formula, no, according sa ating explanation kanina, force is directly proportional to acceleration. So meaning to say, paanong mangyayari sa ating force, yun din ang mangyayari sa acceleration natin. So meron tayong from one person pulling the cart, nadagdagan ng isa. Okay. Ayan siya. So meaning to say, naging times 2 kung baga yung force na in-apply natin sa ating cart. Please take note that the mass is still the same, no? The same pa rin yan kung titingnan natin sa previous na picture natin. Okay. So meaning to say, ang nabago lang natin dito ay yung amount ng force. Since dalawang tao na ito naghihila sa ating cart, therefore, nag-multiply ang ating force, no? Nag-multiply. So that's also the reason we have here a notation 2F. Okay? So ang force natin nag-multiply ng dalawa. The other one, if we're going to look at here, the acceleration as noted here sa picture, nag-times 2 din ang ating acceleration. Okay? The reason of that, because please take note that your force is directly proportional to acceleration. So if ever ang force natin mag-times 2, mag-double, therefore acceleration mag-double din. Okay, now, if we're going to look at the first picture and the second picture, saan ba ang mas, saan yung faster na movement ng car? Yung isa lang ang naghila or yung dalawa ang naghila? Of course, no, mas faster ang second picture compared to the first picture. Okay? So if we double the force, yun yung sinabi dito. If we double the force, we double the acceleration. The third picture shows here, shows the original picture, no? Tingnan natin yung sa original picture, isang tao lang. Sa pangatlong picture natin, isang tao lang din. Okay. Ang nabago lang dito ay naging dalawa yung carts natin because there are now two carts. Therefore, ang nabago na variable ngayon ay yung mass ng object. Okay. Since nadagdagan ng isa, therefore, nadoble kumbaga yung ating mass. And please take note that mass has a proportional inverse proportionality with acceleration. So whatever happens to your mass, opposite ang mangyayari sa ating acceleration. Now, ang ating mass na doble, therefore ang acceleration natin dito ay magiging, okay, very good, no? So magiging 1/2 na lang siya. Okay? So meaning, if we're to compare the first picture and the third picture, yung first picture ngayon is faster compared to your third picture. Okay? Why? Because there is the same amount of force, no, acting upon the object, but then again, the mass of the objects are now double. Therefore, what happens here, the acceleration is lesser compared to the first picture. Okay? So our argument here is if we double the mass, we have the acceleration. So this is now the relationship of the three variables. Specifically, what I mean, the two variables acting on your acceleration. So force and of course your mass. Again, yung force natin, direct proportionality, and then yung mass naman natin, inverse proportionality, no, sa ating acceleration. Okay, now let's try to look at this example. Determine the accelerations that result when a 12 Newton net force is applied to a 3 kilogram object and then to a 6 kilogram object. Okay. So titingnan, change screen tayo. Uh, Section present. Your entire screen. Anyway. For a while. Okay. And okay. Let's go back sa ating and so determine the results of accelerations will result in a 12 Newton net force. So meron tayong 12 Newton net force, and then there are two masses, no? One force, we have 12 newtons, and then 3 kilograms, and then 6 kilograms na object. Okay. Let's try to look at okay, for our given, Okay, given we have our value of force is 12 Newton, and then mass sub 1 is 3 kilograms, and then yung mass 2 natin is 6 kilograms. Find accelerations. There will be two accelerations here. Now, the purpose of problem number 1 is to show you that there's really a difference if you have two different masses, no? So ano kayang epekto nito? So we have here a 3 kilogram object and then a 6 kilogram object. Parang na times 2 yung pangalawa, no, na mass. So let's try to calculate the first one. Having your mass 1, which is 3 kilograms, no? So the formula here is A is equal to F over M. Force 12 kilograms meter per second squared. Kailangan nating i-break down yung formula when you are computing, especially, no? Nakadepende na lang kung ang mga units na nakalagay ay newtons. Pero kung hindi naman, kung ang nakalagay dyan ay kilograms and then others, or force and others, you really have to, what do you call that? Decompose, no, the formula, or show the true identity of the formula. So we have here 12 kilograms meter per second squared, that's all Newton. And then the first mass, the M1 mass is 3 kilograms, right? Okay. So makancel ang ato ang kilograms. And then 12 divided by 3, you have 4, no? Meters per second squared. Now, is this your final answer? Of course, this is not your final answer. Or is it? Yes. So this is our final answer because if we're going to look at our number, 12 has two significant figures, and 3, of course, has one significant figure. And according to our rule, sa napag-usapan natin sa klase, since we are using the operation division, therefore we would follow the rule that kung sino yung may least number of significant figures, yun ang magiging final answer natin. So 4 meters per second squared. 4, meron siyang one significant figure. So tama na. This is our final answer. Let's proceed to the second one, no? Sa ating letter B. Okay. Now sa ating letter B naman, meron tayong our mass is equal to 6 kilograms, no? We use the formula F over M. Let's plug in the 12 kilograms meter per second squared divided by 6 kilograms. Cancel natin. 12 divided by 6, and you'll have 2 meters per second squared. So this is for the acceleration, no? And this is your final answer once again, because we only need one significant figure. Now let's try to compare sa mass 1 natin, at ang yung mass 1 natin 3 kilograms, yung mass number 2 natin is 6 kilograms. Now, yung acceleration na nakuha natin sa 3 kilograms kanina is 4 meters per second squared. On the other hand, sa ating mass number 2, which is 6 kilograms, may nakuha tayong 2 meters per second squared. Now, if we're going to look at the value, no, kung tataas yung ating if there is a comparison between masses, if we're going to look at our mass, no, M1, no, is much lesser, of course, compared to your mass 2. Therefore, mas paspas, no? Mas taas yung acceleration value ng ating M1 because it has only 3 kilograms na object, 3 kilogram object. Then M2, it has a 6 kilogram object, therefore, no, 6 kilograms yan. Therefore, mas maliit yung value ng ating acceleration. So tama talaga yung sinabi natin sa formula that acceleration is directly proportional to force and inversely proportional to your acceleration. Okay, I hope that's clear, no, to everyone. Now, number 2, a net force of 50 newtons is exerted on an encyclopedia to cause it to accelerate at a rate of 5 meters per second squared. Determine the mass of the encyclopedia. Now, ang hinahanap natin ngayon dito ay yung mass na value. Okay? Now, please take note na meron na tayong value ng ating force at saka yung acceleration natin. Okay, let's try to, mas gusto kong gumamit ng notes. Sorry. Ayan. Okay. Now, we have here, ano yan? For number 2, meron tayong value ng force. Ayan. So, given is force na 15. Tama ba? 15 newtons, no? And then 5 meters per second squared. Okay. And then you also have here our acceleration na 5 meters per second squared. Ayan. Okay. And then we have to look for the value of your mass. Now, please take note sa ating formula. Okay. You have here the formula A is equal to F over M. And you also have a formula F is equal to MA. Okay. And then, huwag natin kalimutan na meron tayong ginawang yung pa-triangle natin. Okay. Dito yung acceleration, dito yung M, at saka dito yung F. Okay. So ngayon, let's try to look at the differences of these formula, no? Kung ano ba dapat yung kailangan natin gamitin. Ito, hindi tayo ma-confuse, no? Yung first, kung ito yung formula, A is equal to F over M, magiging formula ngayon is, meaning kasi ang hanapin natin kay M, tama? So this one is like this. So yung mass yung hanapin natin, therefore, the formula A is equal to F over M, magiging M is equal to F over A. Okay? Again, dito natin to kinuha at saka ito. Okay? Now, yung nasa gitna, tingnan natin kung aabot din ba tayo sa ganito. No? So, we have F is equal to MA. Since ang hanapin natin ng ngayon ay yung value ng mass, therefore, i-cancel natin yung acceleration para matira and then dito. So, meaning this is M is equal to F over A. So, parehas pa rin. Tama? Okay. Same lang. So, our formula would be M is equal to F over, F over A. Plug in natin, magkano yung ating F? Our F is 15 newtons. Okay? Kailangan pa rin nating separate, no? Pakita yung true identity ng ating value. And then yung acceleration natin is 5 meters per second squared. We have 5 meters per second squared. Okay? Now, we cancel the meter per second squared. Natira natin ay yung ating kilogram. Okay? So, divide lang po natin. We have 15 divided by 5. Therefore, that's 3 kilograms. Okay? So, tama na tayo. This is our final answer. Of course, this is our final answer because one significant figure ang ating pinakamaliit, no, sa ating computation na ito. Therefore, 3 kilograms will be your final answer. Okay. So that is for number 2. Okay, I hope that's clear, no, sa ating lahat. Okay. Okay, let's proceed to the next problem. So suppose that a sled is accelerating at a rate of 2 meters per second squared. If the net force is tripled and the mass is doubled, then what is the new acceleration of the sled? Ayun, no? Suppose that a sled is accelerating at a rate of 2 meters per second squared. Okay. If ang net force daw will be tripled and then the mass is doubled, then what is the new acceleration of the sled? Okay, now, again, acceleration is 2 meters per second squared. Net force will be tripled and mass will be doubled. So, ano yung magiging final na acceleration or new acceleration natin? Okay, let's try to calculate. So this is for number 3. So ang given, meron tayong acceleration na 2 meters per second squared. Okay. And then there are two cases. Merong hindi pala two cases, no? So we have also here the value of our force. Force will be tripled, okay, 3F, okay. And then the mass will be doubled. So this is 2M. Okay. The force will be tripled. Ayan siya. Okay. Actually, we really don't need to, what do you call this? To, well, you can, you have the option, by the way. I mean, you have the option not to really show the solution because you can just explain it using words, no? Kay medyo madali lang siya if you're going to look at the problem, no? Quite tricky because wala tayong pinakitang value ng ating force at the same time ng ating mass. Okay? Now, let's try to look at our force first. Please take note the formula. According to our formula, we have here A is equal to F over M, right? And then force is directly proportional to acceleration and mass is inversely proportional. Now, kung anong mangyari sa ating force, yun din ang mangyayari sa ating acceleration. Now, let's start with your force. Mag-una muna tayo sa force. Anyway, let's try to see the other way around. We will start later naman sa mass kung the same pa rin ba yung makukuha nating value. Okay. Sa ating force, please take note na nag-triple daw ang ating force. And please take note again, force has a direct proportionality relationship with your acceleration. Now, if force will be tripled, therefore acceleration will be how much? Magiging 2 times, therefore this will be, okay, very good, no? So, pakita muna natin, ating categorize natin siya ng konti. Pero erase natin to. Ayan. I'm sorry. Magiging triple. Okay. So, triple, therefore 2 times 2 times 2. Okay. So 2 times 2 times 2, yun kasi magiging, yes, no? 8 meters per second squared tayo. Alright, after that, punta naman tayo sa ating mass. So far, yung value natin, meron na tayo nakukuha ang value. Yung mass na natin, madoble daw siya. Now, please take note, pag madoble yung mass, ano yung acceleration? Half. No? Therefore, half of your second value, yung pangalawa, is 8. Therefore, yung magiging acceleration natin ngayon would be 4. Okay? Meaning to say, this is now our final value. Ayan siya. Okay? Or, ayan. Next. Where is it? Ayan. Tingnan natin kung meron pa another value. Okay. Now, please take note that acceleration due to gravity is independent to the mass. No? Independent to the mass. Now, tingnan muna natin yung ating illustration. Now, meron tayong isang libro here. We have one book, and the other one, merong dalawang libro. And please take note, of course, if there are, if your force, kung magiging dalawa ito, therefore, yung forces din, most probably, madodoble. Kaya matitingnan, makikita mo yan siya sa illustration na meron tayong F and then nagiging 2F siya. Okay? And then you have here our variable gravity. No? And then please take note, if you're going to look at, meron tayong G here. Okay, that's your gravity. It's G is equal to F over M. Your G is a replacement at some point of your acceleration because we term this as acceleration due to gravity. Ayan. No? So acceleration due to gravity. That's why instead na ang ginamit dito ay ang A na variable, G ang ilagay natin. Now please take note na hindi pa rin nagbago, no? Kahit dumoble yung force natin, no? And most likely nagdoble din yung mass, but then again, yung gravity natin ay hindi na bago. Kaya ang sinulat dito, acceleration due to gravity is independent to the mass. Walang nabago. Okay? Yan. So I think, okay, anyway, I think this particular idea is a proof, no, na kung meron man tayong merong dalawang objects, for example, a feather and then a book, and then kung atin siyang simultaneously, no, silang dalawa, ato siyang ano sa building, no, in the same height, and then let it fall. Technically speaking, because of the air resistance, most likely, mas medyo baka mauna yung heavier object compared to the lighter one. Okay? But if you place the two objects, no, with different masses in a vacuum, yung dalawang objects, no, yung magkaibang object, no, in terms of their masses, ay the same po sila magfo-fall sa ground. Okay? The only reason bakit yung heavier na object ay mas mauna at the point na magland sa surface, it is because of the air resistance. Kasi yung lighter, they are subjected to that air resistance thing, no? The air resistance na force. So kung ikumpara mo yan sa libro and then a piece of paper, so you would notice that a piece of paper will go down and then yun, because of the air resistance. Okay? But then again, if you were to place that in a vacuum, these two objects with different masses will fall at the same time sa ground. Next is the Newton's third law of motion, and this is the last law of Isaac Newton. Okay, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Or, whenever an object exerts a force on a second object, the second object also exerts the same amount of force, but then again, opposite yung direction sa first object. So action is equal to opposite reaction, but of course, in different direction or opposite direction. Okay? So kaya ang ating notation saan, meron tayong F. Okay. And to negative, bakit meron tayong negative dyan? This is to give us an idea really na opposite yung direction ng forces natin. Okay? I think meron naman tayong example dito. Okay, so a very good example is a jet propulsion. So exhaust gases in one direction and the rocket in other direction. Okay? Diba yung mga jet propulsion, yung mag-fire up sa bandang buntot before sila lalabas sa Earth. Okay. So ang direction ng force ay doon para i-push ang yung jet, and then of course the direction or the effect of that direction will be on the other side, so opposite, no? Okay. So jet propulsion. And of course, your gravity jump from the table, and you will accelerate to the earth. In reality, both you and the earth are accelerating towards each other. Okay, so and then if you are jumping from your chair, nag-jump ka, means the direction would be sa baba yung direction ng what I mean ng force pababa. At the same time, gravity is also doing the same. Okay, so the same yun siya. Pero yung direction ng force is on the opposite. Okay? Ikaw pababa, yung gravitational attraction or gravitational force naman pataas. Okay? So most likely the same amount ng magnitude, but of course different direction or opposite direction. Okay. So while driving down the road, a firefly strikes the windshield of a bus and makes a quite obvious mess in front of the face of the driver. So this is a clear case of Newton's third law of motion. So the firefly hit the bus and the bus hits the firefly. Okay? A very big object and then a very small object. And which of the two forces is greater? The force on the firefly or the force on the bus? Ano kaya? So I'll give you time to think before I will reveal the answer. Saan yung ano dito? Let's check. Wala pa. Okay, if you're going to look at the video, yes. Ayan. Ayan, no? So ang propulsion, okay, that's the third law of motion. Anyway, let's go back no, to this scenario. So according to the question, which of the two forces is greater, the force on the firefly or the force in the bus? So the correct answer is equal. They are equal. Okay. No, you might think that yung force ang may greater, no? Yung bus, I mean, the bus yung may greater force nag-exert, no? And then yung object yung firefly naman ay may lesser force na exert during the collision, kumbaga, no? We're just using the collision, yung pagbangga ng dalawang objects. Okay? And so, please take note that on the third law of motion, no, kaya talaga meron tayong sinabi dito that this is a clear case of Newton's third law of motion. Ibig sabihin, although these two objects, meron silang very clear na distinction when it comes to their masses. But it doesn't mean that ang pag-exert ng kanilang force ay different. Of course, masabi natin na different, so, ang lakas ng force na inang-apply na-apply ng bus kasi nga na namatay yung organism. Okay. Of course, because of the morphological structure of your firefly, na maliit siya, of course, siya talaga ang mas dihado sa dalawa. But then again, when it comes to the third law of motion, they're actually exerting the same magnitude of force, no? But of course, in different direction. Okay? So probably yung bus natin to the right and then yung firefly natin to the left. Okay? But then again, meron silang equal and opposite, equal force and opposite direction. Okay? So again, this is an example of the third law of motion. Again, the same sa number 2. So many people are familiar with the fact that a rifle recoils when fired. No, pag recoil, ibig sabihin when you click yung para sa rifle, you would notice na medyo mag-backward yung nagdadala ng rifle. Even siguro a simple gun, okay? Kasi merong retraction right after you pull the trigger, okay? So this recoil is the result of the action-reaction force pairs, okay? Kasi when you click the trigger, ang bullet lalabas, at the same time parang lalabas opposite doon pa on the right side and then the left side ang recoiling. Okay, this is actually the same with the mechanism of your jet propulsion. Okay, so a gunpowder explosion creates hot gases that extend outward, allowing the rifle to push forward, no, on the bullet. Now, pag forward sa bullet, okay, ang consequence niyan ay ang pag-recoil ng ating rifle. Okay, so consistent with Newton's third law of motion, the bullet pushes backwards upon the rifle. The acceleration of the recoiling rifle is, of course, the same as the acceleration of the bullet. So yung sagot natin dyan ay letter C. Okay, number 3. So in the top picture, okay, itong top picture na ibig sabihin niya itong nasa taas. Ito siya. Okay, so on the top picture, Kent Budget is pulling upon a rope that is attached to a wall. In the bottom picture, ito ating pangalawang picture naman, the Kent is pulling upon a rope that is attached to an elephant. In each case, the force scale reads 500 Newton. So Kent is pulling, ano, 500, no? Si Kent na wall, 500 Newtons ang reading. Okay? And this is still consistent, no? Even though hindi na wall yung ginamit, elephant na, but still the reading is 500 Newtons. Okay? Therefore, Kent is pulling. Of course, the answer is the same force in each case. Okay. Our answer there is letter C. Okay. So, syempre, itong ating laws of motion, hindi lang siya conceptual. Meron din itong practical na application sa real life, no? Meron tayong dyan sa picture, ano? May sasakyan dyan, may isa driver, at saka of course meron tayong ang katabi niya, pasahero, no? Kumbaga. Now, friction on the tires provides necessary centripetal acceleration. Now, because of your friction here, meron tayong friction, okay, that makes your sasakyan able to move around. For example, a rotonda or a change of what you call that, direction, no? Kind of a circular, necessary to centripetal acceleration. Another one, passengers continue straight ahead in original direction, and as car turns the door, and as car turns, the door comes toward the passenger. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pupunta ka doon. This is actually the first law, or the law of inertia, right? So there is a resistance in the change of motion. And then, as car turns, you push against door, and the door equally pushes against you. That's the third law of motion. Okay? So, meron tayo dyan, both of them. We do have emphasizing the first law of motion, and of course, emphasizing the third law of motion. But then again, hindi naman ibig sabihin na wala dito yung ating second law of motion. The first one is actually talking about the second law of motion, but it's not that very clear, no? Okay, wala masyadong variables on the mass of the object and then the force applied and what happens to the acceleration. Wala masyado ganoon. Okay, so, but then again, it is very clear that the third law of motion is very useful in our daily life. Actually, nangyari talaga siya. Okay? Okay, that's the end of the discussion for this chapter. So if you have any questions, please do PM me or message your queries, no, kung naamoy mga medyo hindi naintindihan ng konti, you can ask me sa GC siguro, do not PM me, no? Ask it sa GC para naman yung ibang kaklase ninyo makabasa ng inyong tanong, baka you have the same question. Then I'll answer the question there. Okay? Okay? Thank you, everyone. And please do make sure to read the other lecture notes. Goodbye.